I told myself how to fight.
Okay.
And that's why I came up with a lot of moves myself. And I had great fighters. I'm not going to mention names, but I like world champions, current, and they would roll with me. But then I come up with the crazy shit. For instance, you go for a rear naked choke, and at the moment you come on, I grab this hand here, and push it out, and then I have an armbar here with the thing. Now the trick is to do it right away. At the moment they slide in, right away to stretch it out.
Talk to us about your first fight. You really hurt the other fighter.
It was actually cool because my first Thai boxing fight I won in 43 seconds, and then I went to Japan and I put him down in 43 seconds, but it was kind of scary. I stayed in Japan till he woke up because he was 2 or 3 days, he was gone, you know, he was like just laying there. And it was kind of scary. I called my wife, I said, you know what, I got to stay for a couple of days, see if he's okay.
Now, of course, in terms of your pancrase, that helped in terms of a lot of submissions and actually a lot of breaks because you broke a gentleman's shin during one fight. Talk to us about the open palm strikes that you learned through, or rather taught yourself in pancrase. Do you think that those are viable now that we can use a closed fist in MMA?
People don't realize what those things can do. And when I was a bouncer, I used the palm strikes because I didn't want to break my hand if I hit somebody's skull. So I used the palm strike already. And useful for MMA, I can say one really easy thing. A left hook, right straight combination means I'm jamming my right straight because I cannot really full extend my fist, and the real power comes at the end of your punches, right? But if I make a palm strike, which I had on the jaw, now my right straight has time to travel, and the longer a strike travels, the more power it has. That's the biggest line that I tell my students.
And also, those are parts which are not covered in the MMA glove, namely the hand is open, you can hit to the jaw.
Yeah, you have here, you got a nice protection, and if you hit them behind the ear, you know, on the jaw, you drop people. I never got it with people. I do things like I'm laying in a side mount, and I just lay my hand here. And then the moment his head comes up, bop, I hit under the jaw, and I go like, why is nobody using this? Like I use from a side mount, I grab the leg, I bring my hips all the way back. He can't see it because I'm blinding him here. And I knee as hard as I can to the thigh. 2 or 3 of those, you end the fight. But I realized if I would do this to somebody, they stretch the leg. So now I use it to go from a side mount to a mount. I grab the leg, boom. He doesn't want to have a second one because his muscles are relaxed, so it goes through the muscle like a knife goes through butter. And right away when he stretches, I go in the mount.
Side control, now that's a very interesting and excellent position to be in, and an underused one in pro MMA. Are there any other moves or positions that you don't see the elite fighters using enough of?
I don't know. I think nowadays you see a lot of moves. For instance, I flew over here with Joe McCarthy, and he says you got to try this out in a north-south position to just put a rear naked choke on him, and nobody thought about that. And that is so tight, you can't believe it. You pass the guy out in 5 seconds. You see, and every time you learn a new submission, every time they come up, for instance, that. The gator choke, or the anaconda, what they call them, you know, or the anaconda gators, and otherwise. We saw it in Pride for the first time, and suddenly everybody's going to do it, you know, and there you see all the time. I think the techniques are all there in the world because, you know, everybody knows different techniques. I think they're all there. It's all about setting the same technique up in a different way, create different ways so that they can detect that same armbar is coming. A simple figure 4 armbar, you know, it's just the way you set it up. If I lay with somebody in the side mount, I start hitting him in the head. What he does, he brings his arm up. At the moment he brings up, I grab the wrist and I turn the arm down. You see, these are simple things, but those guys never saw them before, and that's why you can pull them off.
Boss, last question. We have Gina Carano and we have the great Kung Lee and some other fighters who are actually trying to balance a career in fighting and a career in entertainment or doing other things. Do you think that a professional fighter can focus on anything else besides just fighting?
Yeah, it's difficult. When I was fighting, I taught everything myself, and my wife saw I had 2 lines through the whole house where I always stand with 2 feet up because I stand different. My stance is from the front, and I'm standing in 1 line, which gives you more power in your left arm. So now instead of instead of the left straight a jab, you're going to have the left straight. And my philosophy is very simple, and people start laughing, but it is. I hit everything as hard as I can. Every punch goes for a knockout. Now, even if they block a punch, I hit full on their defense. What's going to happen is that they're going to be scared of that punch, because they feel that punch, he flies backwards, and he's going to go, I better block this punch, because otherwise I go down. Now, at the moment I do it again, something else opens up, because they block, and that's my next target, you see. I set combinations up, but a cross to the body, hook to that. Now they know this combination, so I do it right away again. Now they think they're ready, so I come, the defense goes up, and I load up another time for the liver shot. One of the simplest liver shots is, and I knocked out hundreds of people with that, no bullshit during fights, is this. I give him a left hook to the head, he blocks, and I keep looking to the face, boom, and then the liver shot comes.
Nice.
He's not gonna take the risk to take it down, because you look him in the eyes. Simple, but very effective.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your time, champ. I really appreciate it.
Very welcome.
Thank you.